Hey, so I thought I'd try something a little bit different than what I would normally do. I've been making a lot of videos about how to do something on a car, and in this one I actually just want to make like a vlog post. Working on my Xterra today, and a couple of things I need to do. I got a new rear panel fresh from the junkyard. The one inside the truck is broken in every sort of way. There's clips on the back that don't hold the panel to the lift gate. Really the only thing holding it on right now are the 3 bolts that the panel is held on with. I also wanted to quickly do an oil change and a quick detail, but I also realized that 2 of the door switches are still broken, and I have not seen a 2002 yet or newer in the junkyard for me to grab some new switches from. Instead, just gonna leave it, going on a road trip here in a week and taking the Xterra. So anything that needs to be done to it, I need to get done today. I was thinking about maybe checking the fluids, make sure they're all topped off. I already checked out the belts. The belts look okay. Probably later this year I'm gonna need to replace them. One of them is starting to show some wear, but none of them are cracked, so I'm not tremendously worried about it. Maybe some of the other stuff I might do is apply some sound deadening to the lift gate itself to stop any vibrations when I have the panel off, and maybe even put a little bit on the back side of the panel. And on the back side they have all this white foam, and one thing I typically like to do is I have some closed cell foam here and some double-sided sticky tape, so I'll put extra foam on the back of this so that whatever vibrates and contacts the back won't. So right now I can't describe it. It's just incessantly noisy, especially at highway speeds. And then things like the little third tail light panel, putting a little bit of sound deadening on that just so it stops vibrating. I've done this with some real great success on my Corollas. I wish I had some time to do it to the door panels, because behind the doors, like I took off the strips that go along the side of the door, and that really makes a difference when you close the door. They sound very hollow, and the speakers just don't sound that great. So you can do a lot of work behind the speaker to make the sound system perform a lot better. Thanks for watching, at least to this point, and I'll splice in some clips here for the rest of the video, and hopefully people like what they're seeing here and I can continue doing this. I bought this car and rebuilt it, put in a new motor, and what they used this truck for was a radio station, used it to service their radio towers, and so it's a lot of off-road, a lot of abuse, a lot of dirt. And at one point I had these clips laying around and I thought they would work, because if you look you can see like this stuff just got mangled, and in these side ones here they were actually they were the little accordion clip, not the door panel clips. So I thought it would have worked, I thought it would have stayed, but this thing just, nope, didn't want to stay. It's so grimy, so nasty. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Dynamat here on the back panel. Starting to wonder if part of the reason why my rear panel was vibrating so much was because you could see this whole piece is no longer attached to the actual tailgate. Same with the other side. The bonding has actually come apart. Fortunately, I don't have any, I don't remember what that stuff is called, but you can buy it in a tube and it goes on the under pinning of your hood. One day I'm gonna have to come back and do that. I just put on a small piece here. You can already kind of tell that it makes it sound a lot better. It doesn't sound as hollow. Might have to stick a couple more, might have to do it on either side. One of the things I just noticed with these pieces of metal being no longer adhered is metal's actually cracked on the tailgate. It's crazy. So a few other things I've got in my little collection of goodies is I've got this closed cell foam that I've used in the past on the backs of door panels by using double-sided sticky tape. Also got random foam blocks from like shipping packages. I've got I think a half a roll of under hood insulator, but it's got an adhesive back, so this stuff is really nice to use. So right now I have put up both the Dynamat and a little bit of the under hood adhesive on the tailgate, and it doesn't sound as bad as it did, or hollow. I left all the white foam here on the back side of the panel, and I had bits of Dynamat and bits of underhood heat foam. So I've put it on things like the little cover here and up and down where I think this panel will come into contact with the back hatch. So I kind of wish I got a video of this before I put all this sound deadening on the tailgate, but hopefully you can hear this. It sounds solid. Like even lifting up on the latch itself when you open it, it sounds solid. Alright, so I'm getting started on my oil change here, and when I went to go take off my skid plate, you can actually see here fluid, and that was some concerning because I'm heading on a road trip. So you know, you can see that it's been leaking for a little while, and I got up in here and I was looking at these clamps. So I'm guessing these hoses need to get replaced. I ended up just adding 2 more clamps there on the end. This is just going to keep it from leaking a little less quickly than it was in the past, but I guess add another thing to the list. So one of my pre-trip check items was to check my exhaust system, because if I go over a big bump, I actually get this horrendous rattle. And for some reason I thought I might have broken something on the exhaust, like maybe a hanger. And I get under here and everything is tight, except for this. Oh, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure I can go pick one of these off of a truck in the junkyard. For now though, I have some metal zip ties. I might just try to zip tie around this part. You can see the other side is actually also falling apart. So eventually this thing's gonna rattle itself to death. Yeah. So I know this isn't very pretty. It's gonna work, at least it'll work short term. So these aren't super tight. They've got some play in them. Even the sides have a little bit of play. I expect them to loosen up a little bit once there's a little bit of heat applied. And as a temporary fix, this is probably the best I'm gonna get, unless I wanted to run to the junkyard tomorrow and catch myself a Y pipe, which I do want to do and I kind of don't want to do. I don't really want to do that. Feeling a little lazy at the moment, but that's the fix for this. Well, thanks for watching if you made it this far. Hopefully some of these will get better over time. I'll install better parts, or I'll actually have something worth showing how to do stuff. But for this one, it's just typical working on the truck type of deal, just prepping it for a road trip. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. I've already got a couple of requests that I'm working on, and catch you next time.